Alright, so in this video we're going to be discussing chapter 5.2, multiplying and dividing integers. So we're going to be using the number line model to do some division and multiplication. Alright, so we're going to start out with the number line. I have one here. And of course we want to put our 0 in the center here. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and draw my number line in a second, but first you always want to look at your problem just so that you can kind of see how many numbers you should put on each side. So our problem is we're gonna start out with is 6 times negative 2. Now we know that 6 times positive 2 is 12, right? But we're not exactly sure because this negative adds a whole different level of thinking into the problem because we're talking about integers. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that I'm going to put 12 on each side. So positive 12 is on the right side of the number line and negative 12 is on the left side. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in my digits. And I just kind of did a little shorthand to kind of make it easier on myself. Obviously, I could draw in every single number, but it's just going to get a little bit messy. So I decided to go by 3s in this problem, which may or may not help me in the long run, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my marker just to make it a little bit easier. So basically, we're going to say, we're trying to find out 6 times negative 2. So obviously, multiplication is the basically repeated addition. So negative 2 plus negative 2, and so on and so forth. So we always want to start at 0 with the number line. So we're starting here at 0. So obviously we're not going to go towards this side because this is positive 12, and we know that our answer is probably going to have a negative in it. So we're just going to move negative 2 spaces at a time. So we start from here and we move negative 2 spaces. So negative 2 spaces, right? And we know that we have to do this 6 times because that's what we're multiplying it by. So negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. And so right now I have 4, negative 2, and negative 2. Lastly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we have 6 jumps of negative 2. So we're going to trace it back and go 1, and we can count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we went to negative 12, so by doing negative 2 jumps 6 different times. So we know the answer to negative 2 times 6 is going to be negative 12. Now, if it was negative 6 and positive 2, we could be talking about doing jumps a little bit differently. So let's go ahead and come down here to this number line and just show you how that might be different. Obviously the answer will still be the same, but I'm just going to show you how it's going to look a little different. So if we had negative 6 times positive 2 in this problem, this is what we're going to do. We're going to start at 0 just like the last time, and do little increments 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just like up top. Instead, we're going to do negative 6 increments. So the little jumps we did here, only 2 times. So 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And sorry, these are a little uneven. So this is a jump of negative 6. And then from here to here is a jump of negative 6. So you can see that we went in the direction of the negative, so negative 6 twice, because that's the number we're multiplying it by. And we still got the same number, negative 12. So I think that's enough with those 2 numbers. So let's move on to 2 more numbers. So this is a little bit of multiplication. So let's go ahead and try some division with the same method for the number line model. Okay, so my line, and then 0 in the middle. It's not the exact middle, but it'll do for now. So our problem is going to be, we're doing division this time, negative 16 divided by 4. And we're trying to figure out what the solution to this problem is. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in negative 16, and we know that this is negative 16 on the number line, Obviously, I haven't put out all my increments yet, but this is on the left side of the 0. So that's where we know we need to be. And I'm going to put my 16 here just so we can kind of keep it even. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we're going to say that this is all filled out now. So now we're going to take our problem, and unlike starting at 0 last time, we're going to start with the number we're dividing. So negative 16, we're going to start here. And we're dividing it into 4 equal groups to figure out how many groups, how many increments are in each group. So I'm going to go ahead and put jump to 4, jump to 8. And the reason I did this is because I know that 4 times 4 is 16. So this is a variation of that problem. So 16 divided by 4 is another way to look at it. So if you know the answer to this, you know the answer to the negative or the integer version of it. So we show our work up here. We did negative 4 jumps because you know if you're starting from 0 and reading it, it's negative 4, negative 4, negative 4, negative 4, and we did 4 jumps. So what you're trying to find in this problem, and the answer is obviously negative 4, and I already said that. This is the answer to our problem. But you start with negative 16, and you're deciding to, from negative 16 to 0, how many increments? What's the increment between each of the groups? So we know I have 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the increment? So I know it's negative 4 because in my problem, negative 16 divided by 4, 4 is usually the answer to 16 divided by 4 is 4. Because 4 times 4 is 16, the square root of 16 is 4. We're just trying to make sure that this negative follows through to the end. We can't just get rid of it, we can't just erase it, we can't just boop. It has to follow through to the end. So then we found out by using the number line where the negative 4 was. Thank you for watching.